Player 016/Sam Lance didn't walk away with the $4.56 million prize at the end of Squid Game, the challenge, but he's not mad at his third-place finish on Netflix's Squid Game reality spin-off. "I'm the SAE Biok of this series," Sam tells EW, referring to the scripted drama's player 067, who ultimately came in third place when she died before the final game. "I'm so proud, my favorite character. Maybe I'll get to meet her one day." The finale ultimately came down to an intense game of rock, paper, scissors between player 287/MyWhalen and player 451/Phil Kane, with my taking home the win. After Sam was eliminated in a game of chance earlier in the episode. Below, Sam breaks down why he decided to press the button during that steak dinner rather than let Phil take on the risk of elimination, why he was so hard on my but not on player 278/Ashley Tolbert after the glass bridge, and so much more. Sam Lance. "Looking at it now, I see it was a 1 in 3 chance of being eliminated. It was a way better chance to go first, but my whole thought process the whole time was never go first, never be first in line. You don't need to be first across the finish line. Don't push until the end." I don't want to say that was the end for me, but it was the point where I needed to step up. I felt Phil had taken a jump on the glass bridge, and there was a ration of guilt after about the people that didn't jump, so I felt like it was my time to be the person to step up. I definitely don't feel like I floated through the game. I did my work under the radar. I became friends with everyone. In Circle of Trust, I was very lucky that my number was not drawn, but I also worked very hard to develop relationships where no one put the box on my desk. Also, I sat all the way forward in my desk, so my legs were hanging out and my face was right there where they would be if they placed it on my desk. It was all strategy. So yeah, when Ma was like, "I'll go," we were just like, "All right, have at it." What was your reaction when her button was gray and it came down to you and Phil? I had a sneaking suspicion that if she had picked green, she would have taken Phil, and that's fine. They had developed a closer relationship. We both started to get to know Maya a little bit later in the game, so when the gray came up, I was like, "Oh no, now it's me." It never even crossed my mind for any real period of time that Phil should go. I just trusted my gut in that, as well as the rest of the game, laughs, and I'm a square. I was so curious while watching because, at that point, the smarter decision was to not push a button and let the other player take that 50-50 chance of elimination since you and Phil would have taken each other to the final. It definitely did cross my mind. Just like in Circle of Trust when we were the final 3, I was elated, and it was one of the bees in my head flying around, but it's not the one that stung me. How did it feel when your button turned red? Well, to quote player 229, Felicia, "My stomach was in my ass." It was an awful feeling. It was an awful feeling again to watch it, having it all yanked away from me. The thing I didn't want to do was go home first or go home in a game of chance, and I went home in a game of chance. It's devastating, but I had full faith in the other two that it was going to be a positive thing in the world if either of them won.